Hey guys, I have some exciting news. I was lucky enough to be one of the instructors that worked on Scrimba's new front end developer career path, which has over 75 hours of content, which is a ridiculous amount of content, which is why there's so many great instructors like yours truly that worked on it. So, what I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about the front end developer career path, go into a little bit deeper about what I did and how I helped support it, and then also just give you an idea of some updates to Scrimba in the process. So if you've watched some of my videos, I've actually been doing a lot of stuff for Scrimba. I recently updated the JavaScript course. I launched the 7-day JavaScript email series, which are a bunch of JavaScript challenges. And then I followed up with a 10-day JavaScript challenge series that we launched as well, and that was actually for this course to promote it, as well as some of the challenges that's in here. And kind of a cool thing about this is not only are you going to be building a dozen like real world projects, but you're also going to be doing a lot of coding challenges like those. Now, at 75 hours of content, you're looking at a good amount of time, and that's fantastic. Now, not for everyone. May you want to go and do everything, right? You may say, I'm an HTML, CSS god. I don't need to do it, but it's there for you. And honestly, I think this might be the most comprehensive course I've ever seen. And a cool thing about the subscription with Scrimba, and for those of you who don't know, kind of a fun fact, I've been working with Scrimba since they started. So, like, if you hover over, like Per, for instance, he has user 3, so he's the third user. And then you hover over some of the other instructors, they have like GUIDs, if you see in the bottom left corner there. I just discovered this right now when I was like consulting with them, so I advised back in the day. I'm user 40, so I'm the 40th. I'm assuming that's what that means. I think it does. I'm the 40th user ever on the Scrimba platform from back in the day. But I've always been a real big fan of what they're doing, and I think they have a good business model, and they've just continued to have a good business model. So, like, at $25 per month, which is the discounted rate right now, not only do you get access to the 75 hours of content, but you'll get access to future courses that go out there. It's not exclusive to the developer career path. It's exclusive to the entire platform and the courses that they're going to launch with it, which is, in my mind, is pretty cool. So, a couple of the things that I worked on, just in case you're interested, is I did a lot of the JavaScript challenges, right? So I'm a JavaScript guy at the end of the day, as all of you guys know. So I did a good portion of the JavaScript challenges here. And then the section I'm really proud of, and I really am excited by, is the getting hired portion. So if you look at the curriculum, I have some of the more common front-end interview tips, as well as some of the like resume reviews and things like that, LinkedIn tips, GitHub tips, interview preparation tips, and like job search strategy. That's the stuff that I really like about this course. And so it's only 3 hours of the 75 hours, but if you spend 72 hours learning technical skills and not knowing how to get someone to pay you to use those technical skills, then we maybe should have added, do those last 3 hours. Is what I'm trying to say. So lots of pretty cool stuff. I really like this fact. So I'm a big Bureau of Labor Statistics guy. I've done tons of videos about it. But for those of you who don't know, in the U.S., the average front end developer makes about $109,000. Which is pretty good. And, they make a point here that, like, not every company is a Silicon Valley sort of big shot, right? This is the average throughout the whole U.S. Now, the module itself, you have sort of the, hey, welcome to the team, homie. And then HTML and CSS, sort of the natural progression as you'd go through there. Make it interactive, the beginner parts of JavaScript, and manipulating the DOM, and you're gonna build your first project here with the diary app. The JavaScript fundamentals, 7 hours going into CSS and JavaScript fundamentals going into CSS, and good on. I'm glad Telmo's getting some shine, man. Telmo, I've guested on his channel, and I'm always just so happy to see people who stick with it. And Telmo's been at it for a while, so like I'm glad to see him out there growing and grinding. But tons of projects as you go through here. Responsive design. 8 hours. Whew, that's a lot. I didn't expect 8 hours. But between Flexbox, between just font size and rems and ems and percentages and CSS grid, I guess you could get to 8 hours. But a very detailed portion on responsive design, super important. A lot of people ignore the responsive design aspect of a lot of things, and for whatever reason, it's one of those items where people get stuck using Bootstrap because they don't fully understand it. Again, newer JavaScript challenges, ES6 plus, the JavaScript challenges I did there, and then Ania here built a building Pac-Man in JavaScript. Pretty dope, if you ask me, as a project. Like, working with APIs, you're gonna need to be able to understand how to hit an API and asynchronous programming, how it's there. Flexbox and CSS grid, more responsive design. UI design, being able to actually go and make your apps look good. This is something I've struggled with in the past. You really need to have an understanding on the very basic. You don't need to be UI UX expert. Sometimes people get too deep, right? But just understand what looks good and why and how to do it. And it'll make your apps look a lot better and understand. And you'll be able to work with your team members better. Learning Git. Being able to use Git is probably... there's only so many things you would need to do. And let's see. Push, pull, commit, leave a message, clone. Those are like the majority of it. But 9 scrims in here to go over it. React. React is definitely probably the framework of choice for a lot of people when getting started. I work a lot in Angular, but React has been growing and growing, taking more and more market share. So 20 hours of React Basics and Advanced React. Building a Netflix clone. Go ahead and rebuild Netflix, which is 7 hours to do that, quite a bit. And then finally the Getting Hired module. So lots of cool stuff. And you can kind of see some of the projects here that you'll be building as you go through. Some pictures and dive deeper in the teachers. Cassidy Williams, who I've talked to and interviewed on the channel. One of the few people I've talked to where I was like, oh, you're more intelligent than me. I feel dumb. It was just one of those conversations where I've talked to somebody like, oh, you clearly know what's going on here. Gary Simon, who I think looks like TJ Dillashaw, who is an MMA fighter, on a side note. But lots of great people. Me. Side note about this photo. This is a photo from a garden I went to like a week after I got dumped. I'll never forget that photo. I don't know why I sent them that photo, but I did. But lots of great instructors here to help, who have done it, use these things, built courses on these things, and provide an insight to not only what you need to learn, but what's important and put emphasis on it. And I think that's one of the cool things about the front-end developer career path is that you have 10 instructors that have gone, 10 plus instructors who have gone, done these things, and not just one perspective as you're going through, but numerous ones. And it covers the full spectrum of pretty much everything you're going to need to go and do the front-end developer career path, right? Like, that's the goal here. The goal here is not for you to go and learn front-end technologies. That's part of it. But it is to go and be job ready, to go and start a career as a front-end developer. And I can tell you, looking at this, that this will give you the skills that you need to get there. So with that all being said, guys, there'll be a link in the description where you can get it. So make sure that you check it out. You get it for the launch period, and of course get that sweet certificate. I always like to put that on the on my GitHub and share it and put it in my education and stuff. Something like this where we went through 75 hours of content, built projects and challenges, definitely worth mentioning. So pretty cool stuff. Check it out. I can't wait to see what future courses Scrimba comes out with, and hopefully I'll be able to be a part of it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to check out my latest course, the 100 Front-End Interview Questions Challenge, to make sure that you ace those front-end interviews. Smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.